For someone who is obsessed about traveling like I do, it is quite difficult to pick a top 3 vacation destination. As a matter of fact, more than 3 destinations came to mind when I decided to put this together. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Carina, and if you're new here, hit the subscription button and click the notification bell. Traveling is a major part of my hobby, so when I decided to choose top 3 destinations you should visit, it was indeed a struggle. However, I finally settled for these 3 destinations, not because they topped the list during my thought process, but because they are significant to some of the decisions I chose to make later on in life. So here we go. Destination 1, Maldives. Maldives topped the list for me because it holds one of the fondest memories. It was a destination for our honeymoon. I agree with people who say that the Maldives is the most romantic place on earth. It is also a tropical holiday destination in the Indian Ocean, surrounded by 240 islands. Guys, 240 islands is massive. So guys, in terms of visiting the Maldives, it should definitely be on your bucket list. We flew out from London and it took us roughly 24 hours to arrive at Ireland. Do you want to guess how many flights we took? So there were 3 flights. We flew from London to Qatar, from Qatar to Mali, and then we took a flight shuttle of roughly 45 minutes and a speedboat for 45 minutes, and then we arrived at our holiday destination, which is called Rithi Faro. So Rithi Faro Resort is in the North Atoll in the Maldives. The Maldives is split between the South Atoll and the North Atoll, and we went to the North Atoll, and Rithi Faro was beautiful, absolutely fabulous. And oh guys, just one little thing to put in there. Rithi means beautiful in the Maldivian language, so we named that cat actually after our resort. So you're going to meet our cat at some point during our journey together. Her name is Rithi and we named her after the resort in the Maldives. Anyway, I digress. Back to the destination. As you know, we say that the Maldives is paradise on earth, and the service you get at the Maldives literally starts from when you land into Mali, which is the main airport in the Maldives. We were met by one of the resort representatives and he took us to our seaplane, and from there we were treated with so much luxury and so much warmth, and the people were just absolutely fabulous. Talking about the accommodation itself, we lodged in an overwater bungalow, and it was really exciting because we love swimming, so we were able to watch the myriads of marine life. Everyone knows that islands are surrounded by water, but the Maldives water is crystal clear with beautiful shades of blue, so it just appeals to you to want to dive in and swim. I was able to learn how to dive in the Maldives, and I was able to learn how to snorkel as well. Imagine swimming in an Indian Ocean among colorful arrays of sea turtles, reef sharks, stingrays, and so many more. For me, it was like swimming in a giant aquarium. If you are wondering what the weather is like in the Maldives, you'll be very pleased to know that the Maldives has very good weather all year round. It's a tropical country and it only has rainy season and dry season, as there are only 2 seasons in a year. So most times you go to the Maldives, it might rain a bit, but you're guaranteed that there will be sunshine during your trip. There is a known fact that I must share with everyone who is fascinated to visit the Maldives. This fact is that the Maldives is currently at 1.3 meters above sea level. So if the sea level rises by 1 meter, this beautiful island will become uninhabitable. So in other words, with global warming and climate changes, the Maldives may disappear in 10 years or less. So my advice to anyone who wishes to visit this incredible tropical island is that you should get packing and get going as soon as possible. So guys, if you're new to my channel, my name is Carina. I'm very glad you're here. I would really encourage you to like the button and press the notification bell and also the subscription button. Destination number 2, Prague. Prague has been voted many times as the best city to live in Central and Eastern Europe. And now, after visiting Prague, I know exactly why. My love for Prague began as I arrived. There's something about a historical city that gets to me. Perhaps it's the past events that occurred in the city and how educational they are. Prague is an ancient European city with a twist. It has all the coolness of a modern city wrapped into one. Do you actually know that Prague is the capital of Czech Republic? Prague is a very romantic city, but certainly not as romantic as the Maldives. I spent 3 days in Prague, and for me it was a very therapeutic experience. I went to Prague in spring, and at that time I was going through a phase in my life where I just needed to find myself. Prague helped me do that. So very early in the morning, I'll wake up and catch the sunrise, which actually helps you to appreciate Prague and its beauty. People in Prague are very open-minded and friendly. The good thing about them is that they're also very cool. I think it's just the thing about the city, its coolness, including the people. They allow you the space to enjoy and appreciate their city, but they're always very willing to assist you if you need help. As I toured through the city, looking at this beautiful city and also finding myself in the process, I came across Charles Bridge, which I've heard is the most beautiful bridge in the world. And I agree, looking at Charles Bridge, it's iconic. As I toured through the city, I concluded that Charles Bridge and Petrin Hill are my most favorite spots of the city, and they are equally breathtaking. From Petrin Hill, you see Prague from above, and Charles Bridge creates a picturesque, ultimate romantic vibe of a man saving his woman on a rainy, cold winter. Just close your eyes and imagine that. I also traveled along to the old town square. I was awestruck. It felt like going back 600-700 years back in time. The Old Town Square is one of 2 main squares in Prague. With its ancient building and magnificent churches, this is one of the most historical cities in Europe. It's worth noting this very important fact. Prague is super safe for women, especially those traveling at night. On this particular trip, I traveled alone, and so there were times when I came back home at night, I did not feel at all unsafe. Prague has a very good transport system, which is extremely reliable, and the trams are just too cool for school. So my destination 3, who can guess? California. Where do I begin with California? This is one of the most favorite vacation destinations for me. One of the great things about California is the weather. The weather is incredible. California is that city that is always sunny even in the winter season. I love the food. As a foodie, it's necessary I mention this part. Most times when I visit California, I always feel like a native since the other half of my family actually live over there. My very dear friend and her family also live in LA. So in LA, there's so much to do and see. For example, you can go to Sunset Boulevard, you can actually go to Universal Studios, Hollywood, the Observatory, Hollywood Sign. There's just so many to list a few. California is really well placed as well. You can travel to other states. I usually visit California between September and December. And I would actually suggest if you go to California around December, January, you should definitely visit Big Bear if you are a skier or a snowboarder. It's worth the trip and you would enjoy your time. If you're a skier, then pack up and head to Big Bear or even any nearby ski resorts in that area and you would absolutely enjoy it. As much as the weather is great, you can also experience various weathers within California. It can be snowing in one state and it can be snowing in another part of California. It can be very sunny in another part of California. It's so big and so diverse in terms of weather, and also people as well. It's culturally diverse. You will find almost everyone, if not everyone, in California, and every nationality is very well represented. Whenever you feel like eating a type of food, you can go to that particular area in California and you only find food from that particular culture. Like when I last visited, I went with my friends to the South Korean area of LA, and I was just able to eat South Korean food. I was able to eat Japanese food in a Japanese area, and it was just incredible going to different parts of the city and being able to experience a culture that is paramount to that particular nationality. And I think that's what I admire the most about California. Another thing that I thought is really worth stating or saying is that you can visit other states as well. Like when I visited California, I was able to travel to Las Vegas. I was able to go to Santa Barbara, San Diego, and these were all one-day trips, so it's just road trips, and I came back the same day as well. So you can literally hire a car and do the trips without a sweat. Who wouldn't want to go to a state like that? California literally has it all. And now I know, after visiting California so many times, why people who are from California or live in California don't feel like they're missing anything from any other part of the world, because they have literally all that they require within that one state. What a blessing. Last but not least, and I think I touched on this, the people in California are just incredible. They're super friendly and nice. And most times when I visit my sister, I take her yokis out, and just random strangers will say hello and they'll stop by, and not only hello, they would actually stand and talk to you for a long period of time. So if you're someone who really enjoys this sort of pleasantries, California is a must visit. So there goes my top 3 must visit vacation destination. If you do have the means to, ensure that you add these cities to your vacation destination bucket list. If you have actually visited these cities before, please leave a comment below with your experience. I would really love to hear from you. And please guys, before I go, make sure you subscribe to my channel and that you have clicked the bell notification. Stay glued to my channel to see what I'll be talking about next. Bye guys.